Okay, no problem. So object-based storage in the sense means those storage we are unable to connect with our on-premises based machine as a hard drive. We are able to access the storage from cloud to on-premises, but not in format of hard drive, in format of folder. Best example to understand about the object-based storage are Google Drive, OneDrive, and iCloud. These storage option can help us to store the data in format of object only. Right? We are unable to associate our Google Drive space to base machine as a hard disk, as a storage. So that's why we should know about the gap between the difference between object-based storage and the another point is related to the block-based storage. So object-based storage where we can upload the data, file and folder, and block-based storage can help us to store the data as per our requirement. Like you can create a partition if you are using the block-based storage. You can connect the storage with your computer as a hard drive, and you can modify the hard drive like create a custom partition, multiple partition you can create. Anyway, let's talk about S3 bucket. Once we complete the part of S3 bucket, we will move ourselves to next point. Like as a in storage, we are able to find 7 different types of storage services are available. And these storage are responsible to manage the storage activity over a cloud and vice versa on premises as well. Not only the cloud, it will also help you in case of managing the storage on premises. So let me help you to understand about as we discussed in previous class. S3 bucket is one of a common service of AWS storage that help us to manage our object-based storage. N number of activity we can perform with the help of AWS S3 bucket. These all are the points that we have already discussed, right? So now we are able to find, we can share the data and like we can store the information CDN. We can use S3 bucket as a CDN. We can manage the versioning. It will provide us option to distribute, not distribute. You can host the best website, static website as well. So if you have any .NET, PHP, or HTML based site and you wanted to host with the help of S3 bucket, so we can do that. Fine. So I'm going to open our S3 bucket. In previous class, we discussed about how to create the S3 bucket and discuss about S3 is a type of global accessible service. Means once you create your S3 bucket, we are able to access it from anywhere. The base location of a S3 bucket that we created is not Virginia, but you wanted to access the same S3 bucket from central Canada, from South India, from West India, you can access it. Next, let's talk about the core feature of our S3 bucket. So today I'm going to help you to understand about the entire features related to the S3 bucket. Now, right now we are on properties of our S3 bucket, class bucket 1988. The first option is object. The meaning of object, the number of data that you uploaded, consider as a object. In the object, we are able to find name, types of data, types of last modification, capacity of our data, and the final option is related to the storage class. It's mandatory for us, we must need to know about the meaning of storage class. Multiple way we have to store. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, so yeah, so the storage class. Let me help you to understand about the storage class. What exactly meaning of storage class? Multiple class of storage available, and with the help of class of storage, we are able to identify the pricing related to the data. You can also say that it work just like as a access tier. What is access tier? Let me help you. Class storage class and access tier both can perform the same task. We are responsible to take care of the storage pricing as well. For example, this is S3 bucket And in S3 bucket, we discuss about the storage class, or you can say that access tier, right? Class is storage class or access tier. You know very well about day one we discussed about the cloud providers. They charge us, right? They charge us as per the usage. They charge us as per the usage. Like you uploaded 1 TB of data, so you have to pay the amount for 1 TB of data. Now, after some days, after 10 days, you uploaded 2 more TB of data. So, as per the capacity of your data, as per the capacity that you want to utilize from your storage, you have to pay the amount. Let me help you to understand properly about the meaning of storage class or access tier. Think about this is our S3 bucket. Okay, this is S3 bucket that we created, and this one is our on-premises machine. I'm talking about this is our local computer, and you are planning to upload 1 TB of data. For example, let's take an example. You are planning to upload 1 TB of data. We have a various method or various class like as hot tier. We have a cool tier and archive tier. Just an example: hot tier, cool tier, and archive tier. Fine. So now, if you proceed and upload your 1 TB of data using hot tier, you have to pay up to $20 per month. $20 per month. This is the actual cost. But what are the features that provided by AWS in case of hot tier? Downloading fully free. No need to pay any amount for download the data. You have to pay only $20 per month as a rent. Next, if you want to upload your data in cool tier, then how much you need to pay? In case of cool tier, you are responsible to pay $10 per month. Okay, you have to pay $10 per month. And what you need to do, if you want to download, then again you have to pay $10 per download. $10 per download. Last, if you are ready to put your data in archive, then I'm talking about the same 1 TB of space. If you want to upload 1 TB of data in archive format, then you have to pay $2 per month. But if you want to download it, you have to pay $22 per download. As it is, the class of storage is categorized in different format. As per the customer's requirement, as per the client requirement, you can decide what exactly you want. You want to upload your data in hot tier, you want to upload your data in cool tier, you wanted to upload your data in format of archive. Any question about to understand about the access tier? Because I'm going to help you to understand about the storage class. Cool. So let's move ourselves to AWS portal and discuss about the tier, right? Whenever we upload the data, whenever we create our bucket, let me create one more bucket to describe properly how it works. I'm going to create one bucket with name of training bucket 1988. Okay. Yeah, same location. I'm going to proceed with same North Virginia location. And see, this is ACL, access control list, that help us to block the access of your data. If you uploaded any data you don't want to download, you don't want to authorize anyone can download, or anyone don't want to share, so that time you just need to block it. I'm not going to unblock it. Versioning, we have already discussed about the versioning, the meaning of versioning, how it work in real environment. And let's talk about the method that we have. Wait, just need to click on advanced setting. It will provide us option object log. One more option that you need to know: object log by default disable, but if you want to protect, basically the usage of object log, no one can delete your object in the sense the data that you uploaded, right? The data that you uploaded in your S3 bucket, you wanted to protect from accidental deletion. So you must need to click on object log, but make sure the prerequisite for object log. See, by default, whenever we activate the versioning, the object log will be automatically activate. But if you want to configure it manually, so you can do that. Is that clear about the object log? Great. So I'm going to create it. Let's create our S3 bucket and discuss about the class of storage. The class of storage can help us to manage the pricing for our data. Now open training bucket 1988. In the training bucket 1988, we haven't uploaded any single data. Click upload and select data from on premises. Select data in the sense any file, any folder that you want to upload. So I'm going to upload one file, not folder. Any data you can upload. I'm just going to upload one screenshot. Yeah, yes, that's it. I'm going to upload screenshot. Done. We successfully proceeded to upload the data. The capacity of data is just 374 KB, not in MB. And this is the destination detail. In case of destination, you can find the status or properties of our S3 bucket. It's really important for us. Versioning enable, default encryption. This is the method that you use to encrypt the data and protect your data from any kind of SQL injection attack, any kind of DDoS attack. It will protect our data. We haven't activated the lock for any object, means anyone can delete. Not anyone means the administrator can delete the data. Next, permissions. So under the permissions, if you want, basically the permission come into the picture when we have a multiple account. So the user account part will be, we will cover in case of IAM. So that time we'll discuss about the permission. This is the property where we can decide the what? Where we can decide the storage class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different classes are available. 7 different method we have to put our data, and the class of data can also decide how much amount you have to pay for the particular data or file that you uploaded. Let me help you to understand. By default, whenever we create our S3 bucket, and whenever we upload any data to our default S3 bucket, it will automatically prefer the standard. So what is use of standard? Frequently access data more than once a month within millisecond access. Means in this case you are able to find your data in 3 different locations. It will create not 3 different locations, it will create a 3 copy of your single data. Got it what I'm saying? This is the backend activity. So do you have your RAID system? RAID 1, RAID 5, RAID 6, RAID 10, RAID 0. Any idea? I can hear you. Yeah, please. No, RAID system. What is RAID system? RAID system. Oh, no problem. So actually, what happened? The rate system, it's a type of method. Okay, the rate system is a type of method that create multiple copy of our single data. In case of RAID 5, whenever we plan to set up a RAID 5, the prerequisite to establish, you must need to add minimum three different hard drive. Okay, each and every hard disk are connected to each other. Now it will provide you final disk space. Whenever user will upload the data in RAID 5, the data automatically distribute to these hard drive. If any single hard disk damage, for example, if any problem occurred with disk 1, you are able to revert your data. You can recover your data from existing hard drive. Restore data from existing hard drive. So we can say that the usage of RAID 5, it will create a three copy of data that protect our data from any kind of hardware failure. Is that okay? As it is Amazon Web Services, as it is AWS portal, whenever we upload our data in S3 bucket and your S3 bucket available in standard class, means in standard storage class, you will get a three different copy of your single data. If any problem occurred with backend, we have two different options. We have two different locations where we can download our file folder. Minimum storage duration, no, because it's a on-demand facility. On-demand facility in the sense, you can upload a data anytime, you can download data anytime, you can delete data anytime. We don't have any restriction. Minimum billable object means it's not mandatory. You are uploading 1 KB of data or 1 TB of data. It will charge you as per the capacity. There are no limit. You can upload single KB of data or 1 TB of data. According to the capacity of data, it will charge us. It will not provide any kind of uh, fee related to the monitoring. It will not charge you any amount for the retrieval. If you want to retrieval your data, you want to revert back your data, it will not charge us. So that's why Amazon also suggested us to use a standard storage class that help us a lot. But it's really costly in compare of other storage. The most expenses, the most expensive storage format is standard. Clear? Now we have another points as well. We should know about the another points as well. Like we have a uh, consider as a intelligent tiering. So intelligent tiering, uh, data with changing or unknown access platform. It will also create three copy of data, but for the monitoring purpose, you have to pay the amount approximately. You can say that per object fee supply for object should be 128 KB. It's really costly if you want to monitor it. See, it's a just KB data. Think about it's our every organization need to upload 100 gig of data, 200 gig of data, 500 gig of data. So it's a huge amount you have to charge. For retrieval, for recovery, no need to pay any amount. As it is standard IA, we have a one zone IA, intelligent tiering, access tiering. But in this case, see, minimum 30 days required. You have to wait up to minimum 30 days. Means you are eligible to download the data within 30 days, not less than 30 days. Okay, and minimum billable object, how much? 128 MB. Clear? As it is, this is the proper list that you can verify, and it will self explain you to understand about the pricing. Because as a solution architect engineer, definitely we are responsible to provide the quotation for the services as well. So not only for the instance, not only for the S3 bucket, we are responsible to provide the pricing detail for every what we can say that every services. First 50 TB data, 0.023 per GB. Next 450 TB of data, 0.022 per GB, right? So you have option to calculate with the help of pricing, AWS pricing calculator. So I'll give you one dedicated class to understand about the method, means how we can calculate the pricing for our AWS services, not only S3 bucket. Is that okay? Okay, fine. So this is the access tier, means we have option to change our access tier as per our requirement. No need to do anything, just need to back to the S3 bucket properties. Next option, I'm just going to upload one data in this particular uh, bucket as well. Select upload to store our data in S3 bucket. Now let's talk about the another option. We are able to find the option how we can transfer the data, how we can create the URL to access our bucket data. Object completed. Any question about the object? We are able to find multiple options: copy URL, S3 bucket URL, copy URL, download data, open, delete, and action. In the action, we have a number of options that help us to manage our data that we uploaded. The first option, download as, means where you want to put. If you are using your AWS portal and you are trying to download your data, so you just need to click here and it will give you an option to download it. Share with a pre-signed URL. What is meaning of pre-signed URL? The meaning of pre-signed URL, it means that you want to authorize, right? You want to authorize to share your data, and anyone can access with the help of this particular URL. So I'm just going to click here. It automatically generates the one pre-signed URL. This is the panel where we can find the interval time. Interval time in the sense, like I'm going to create our URL for 5 minutes, right? I wanted to activate the URL only for 5 minutes. So it means that this URL will applicable, see, this URL will applicable only for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, it will not give you access any kind of data, right? So if you want to just copy and paste on any browser, it will give you the access. This is the data that we uploaded. Clear? Fine. But the URL is applicable only for 5 minutes. Means after 5 minutes, if you are trying to access the data, I don't think it will provide. It will authorize us to access our data after 5 minutes. Clear? Next, another important point. We have a sorry. It will give you the error like as an access deny. You are not authorized to download. You are not authorized to see the data, right? So I tried at 6:35. So we'll try after 6:40, after 5 minutes, right? Again, and let's see what happened. Let me copy in another browser as well. Fine. So we are able to access because uh, it's just 1 hour 2 minute. We created our pre-signed URL before 1 minute, so that's why we are able to access. But after 5 minutes, it will not work. Second option, calculate total size. So very basic option. They calculate calculate the capacity of your bucket or capacity of your data. It will provide you both types of storage capacity. The gap between object capacity and bucket capacity. If you uploaded multiple files, like up to 100 files you uploaded, each and every file's capacity are totally different. Some files are with 25 MB, 10 MB, 5 MB, 20 MB, 100 MB, 200 MB, like that. So once we click on the particular option, calculate total size, it will categorize our calculation into different parts. One, it will give you the files capacity and the consume capacity for entire storage. Is that okay? Fine. Next, let's talk about another option. Not much. You must need to select your object. Then you are able to find the entire option. Copy and move. Both options are available. You can copy the data and put it, paste into the another S3 bucket. Move. You can also transfer the data. Copy and paste, and moving the data. Both are different to each other. Is that correct? Copy and paste will create a second copy of your single data. Means you will find your data in this bucket and another bucket as well, because you are copying and pasting, right? Move the data. You don't want to put here. You want to move your data for permanent to another S3 bucket. So that time you can proceed with move option. Query with S3 select. So basically this is applicable for hosting static website. If you want to execute any kind of query for this particular bucket, then we can use it. Some edit option available. You can rename the object. You can edit the storage class that we discussed before. You can also configure and edit the server side encryption. So it's a type of encryption that help us to protect our object from any kind of attack. It may be DDoS attack, it may be SQL injection attack. So if you want to protect it, you must need to choose at least one encryption. Edit metadata. So metadata is basically can help us to understand about the format of data, how many files we uploaded. It gives you the information about the list of data types. Edit tags. Tags is basically we can use the tag option to access. We can use our tag option to access our folder, access our object from different location. This is all about action option. Is that clear? Create folder. You can create and segregate your folder. Multiple folder you can create, and as per the requirement you can upload the data and put it into the your own folder. So not required. I'm not going to create any kind of folder. Let's proceed with properties. Second option is properties. Under the properties, you can find the location of your bucket. it will give you the ARN, Amazon resource name, right? Amazon resource name. Whenever we create any single service over Amazon, any product you want to purchase, any service you want to create, it will give you separate ARN. Question: what is use of ARN? You can store your ARN. You can just copy the ARN and put on your base machine in Excel sheet, right? And you just need to keep the track how many services you created over Amazon. See, unfortunately, if you delete any bucket, if you deleted any virtual machine, if you deleted any service, but you have already stored the ARN of particular service that you already deleted, you can ask to Amazon team, you can discuss with Amazon uh, what we can say, that sales team, they will revert back you your data. They give us a retention policy for most of services. I'm not saying for entire services. They give us a retention policy for most of services, and this retention policies are applicable. This retention policy applicable for 30 days. Some services available with 90 days. What is retention policy? Yeah. So what happened? Retention come into the picture. For example, you deleted some data on the date of 10th July, for example. So you deleted your data on 10th of July, and at 20th of July, you need a same data that you have already deleted. AWS establish their own data center only for the retention policy. Means they automatically store your deleted data and put in their own data center for 30 days. If you delete it, but if you have a ARN number as your Amazon resource name, so with the help of Amazon resource name, we can discuss with AWS team and ask to revert back our data. They will charge us. They definitely we have to pay the amount if you want to revert back, but we are able to access our data no matter you have already deleted it. Is that clear? It will provide us option to identify the date of creation your bucket creation date. About another option is also available which is related to the versioning. So versioning we have already discussed about how versioning can perform that task. Second option, bucket versioning, and after that we are able to find one option, multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication coming to the picture, it's an additional layer of security, right? An additional layer of security that required multi-factor authentication of changing bucket versioning setting, right? If anyone want to change the bucket versioning, if anyone want to delete the data or modify the data, it will give you the code on your register mobile number. So the multi-factor authentication help us to protect our object that we uploaded. Clear? Tags we have already discussed, server side encryption, and no need to do anything. We don't want to perform any, we don't want to change the tier of our bucket or tier of our object. Object lock, if you want to edit it, if you want to disable or enable it, you can do that. Second option, sorry, object lock is basically, object lock can help us to protect our data, protect our file and folder that we uploaded from accidental deletion. Like we haven't locked it. For example, you haven't locked the data. Anyone can select, means administrator, definitely administrator can select the data and Click on delete, type delete for verification and delete all. Within second, anyone can delete your data because you haven't blocked your object. Is that okay? Now I'm going to upload one more file, and this time I'm going to lock the uh, object. Firstly, just let me upload it. You must need to activate the versioning if you want to configure the object lock. Definitely, it's mandatory to activate versioning. Select, go to the action, and it will provide us option of object lock. It's a grayed out, means you are unable to make any changes. You are unable to lock it. Why? Because you haven't activated versioning. So first of all, you need to enable the versioning. Okay, so for as per my account, as per free trial account, I think Amazon S3 currently does not support enable object. We need to coordinate. We need to coordinate to our Amazon team, and they will support. They will help us to manage it. Okay, so I'll check it with customer care, and then we'll give you the step how we can do that. Is that okay? Permissions. We have a permission, so multiple permissions are available. Like as a public access means if you want to block the access, like you don't want to share any data from your bucket, so you can block it. But currently, I turn off the blocks. I turn off the block means no one can access my data. No, sorry, anyone can access my data because I don't want to block it. So if you want to edit and check mark, no one can access your data because you are blocking the public access data. I'm going to show you confirm. Done. We successfully blocked the access of our data back to the object. Now no one can access this bucket from different location. Sorry, we locked the bucket, not object. And the previous URL that we used, see, the previous URL that we shared for 5 minutes, now after 5 minutes we are unable to access it. Is that clear? So please go through the points that we discussed. Please go through the points that we discussed in S3 bucket management and let me know if you have any question. No, see. Actually, it gives us a limited access, free but for limited access. Not permanent free, not for everything free. So definitely you must need to delete once you obtain the result. Once you get your result, then definitely you need to remove all the resources. Fine. Sure. I'm just going to convert and upload in Google Drive and send to you. Fine. Thank you so much. We'll connect tomorrow and discuss more about AWS services. Take care. Bye bye.